My clients always ask me if I regret moving to Nanaimo, and my answer is always the same. Absolutely not. And here's why. Hey, it's Rob Freeman with Stonehaus Realty here in Nanaimo. I've lived here for about 10 years now, and it absolutely feels like home. 10 years ago, out of the blue, my wife said to me, "Hey babe, I've been thinking and I think we should move to Nanaimo." And I went, huh? I literally knew Nanaimo bars. That was the extent of my Nanaimo knowledge. I said, "Babe, why Nanaimo?" She said, "Well, I've been looking at the market. We could sell high, we could buy low. If we ever wanted to have kids, it seems like a really great place to raise a family. My cousin moved there a couple of years ago. She seemed to really like it. I only moved to where she was living on the mainland to be with her. So I said, where you go, I go. And we've been here 11 years and absolutely love it." In the 10 years we've been here, the market's gone up so much that we've been able to actually buy 3 different homes. We had our primary home we lived in for a decade. We bought an investment place, and my wife was able to start her award-winning daycare. For me, one of the biggest things about living here is the amount of time I've saved not being in rush hour and traffic. I can go from one end of the island, north to south, in 20 minutes, 25 in rush hour when the campers and RVs are on the road in the summer. I absolutely love not being in my car. I mean, even as a realtor, I use it as my mobile office, but it's not like Vancouver where you're stuck there for hours. One of the things that most surprised me about living here is the sense of community. I've met people through softball, through jiu-jitsu. One of the big problems about Nanaimo when I moved here, I play a lot of poker. There was no poker room. We've been here 10 years. I actually created a group on Craigslist back in the day. Hey, I can't be the only one who loves to play poker. Who's up for a home game? Now Nanaimo has a casino with a poker room. So I met people through that. Having kids now, we have the whole daycare community. There's tons of families around. If you're into dragon boating, if you're into the arts, there's huge communities here for that as well. If you have young kids or you're thinking about having kids, Nanaimo is a great place for families. My kids have done flag football, they've done soccer, there's swimming classes, there's skating, there's the NIC, the NAC, the ice center, the aquatic center. There's definitely all kinds of activities, tons of playgrounds, tons of parks. Really easy to get out and do stuff here. Nanaimo Night Owls is great family entertainment if you want to go see some high-level ball at a low-level price. There's definitely been some big changes in the decade that I've lived here in Nanaimo. Number one, probably the whiteness of Nanaimo. I'll never forget being in Costco 10 years ago, looking around and saying to my wife, we are just white people here. There is no diversity compared to Vancouver. That's definitely changed in the last decade, which is awesome. You have people from all over Canada moving here, all different cultures. Thankfully for us, all different food restaurants have started. We have great Indian food, we have great Thai food, we have great Korean food. No matter what you're into, you can find it here. There's definitely some amazing places to go and eat. Nanaimo finally hit 100,000 people just a few years ago as per the census, so traffic has picked up a little bit, but like I said, it is way less of a problem than on the mainland. One of the last big changes about living in Nanaimo is the amount of development that's happened here. As a realtor, it's great to see young families being able to afford to buy in Nanaimo. There's tons of new construction, especially in the south end, so people have been able to level up a bit, whether you've sold on the mainland, put some equity in your pocket and moved here, or gone from maybe living in a condo to being able to afford a house. You can definitely get ahead living in Nanaimo. So when my clients ask me, would you still pick Nanaimo? My answer is still yes. Don't get trapped into reading the headlines. Happy headlines don't sell newspapers. It's not all fentanyl addicted zombies wandering the streets of Nanaimo. It's not all crime, gloom, doom. There's so much more that's good about Nanaimo than that's bad. Yes, every city has its problems. Nanaimo's no exception, but I used to drive Main and Hastings every day when I worked downtown Vancouver. Really, this is nothing. I feel way safer here living in Nanaimo than I did in Vancouver. I haven't had a club on my car in 10 years. I don't worry about my home being broken into. All in all, it's a really great place to live. That being said, there are a few problems with Nanaimo. It's not perfect here. If you do have young kids, finding a spot at a daycare can be really hard. I encourage you to put your name on a wait list, either before you have a kid and you're planning to have a kid, or as soon as you get here. My wife had to start a daycare because we did not like the options that were available at the time. Another challenge with Nanaimo, and one of the best tips I can give you, is healthcare. If you have a family doctor on the mainland, absolutely keep them. You could be on a wait list for a few years before you find one here. And there are some challenges with the hospital here that they're looking at expanding, developing, and funding to make it better. But all in all, it's still a pretty great place to live. One other thing to be aware of here, definitely plan your life around ferries. If you are going to BC Ferries, leave yourself lots of time. There are more people here than there were a decade ago, so make sure you plan your day accordingly. The $15 you can spend to get a reservation is the best money you will ever spend, especially once you've missed a ferry by 2 cars or you have screaming children in the car on a really hot day. Spend the money, pro tip. Those are some of my thoughts about my decade living here in Nanaimo. I hope that's been helpful for you. If you're thinking about moving to the island, I hope that's given you some information to make some good decisions. If you are looking to buy a home over here, I would absolutely love to help you out with that. You can give me a call, text, email, all my info's below, or just talk about real estate. I'd love to give you any tips and tricks I can about what it's really like to live here. It's a really awesome place to be here in Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. I hope you'll love it too. I've been Rob Freeman, realtor with Stonehaus Realty. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, click this one here. That's what YouTube tells you you're probably going to want to watch next.